What's up YouTube, Titus here with another Master Duel video, and we are going to talk about my XYZ Festival deck. I'm playing pure Lyrilusc, question mark? It's mostly pure Lyrilusc with some XYZ's good stuff in there. I'm playing this because, well, it's cheap for me. I didn't go the Tri-Brigade Zoo route, I went the Tri-Brigade Lyrilusc route, and so I already had a lot of the Lyrilusc monsters. So let's go by card here. We have Cobalt Sparrow. This card is insane. It's literally so good. It searches the rest of the engine when special summoned. So basically what happens is when it's special summoned, it gets to search one other level 1 wing beast, which is not limited to necessarily the birds themselves, but also can be Tri-Brigade Nerval, which you can see in the bird up combos. You have Sapphire Swallow, the extender. When you have a face-up wing beast monster, you can summon another level 1 wing beast and itself, and it just extends to make bigger XYZ monsters. You have the starter with Lyrilusc Turquoise Warbler. I really don't know what else more there is to say about this card. This card is just so good in so many ways. Its extension, its follow-up, its only limiting factor is having to have another different one that continues plays in hand or in grave. But luckily this deck can do all of those things. So basically what this card is when there's no face-up cards on your side of the field, you special summon this card. Sorry, not cards. You control all monsters, you special summon this card, and then you can special another one, one Lyrilusc monster from grave or hand, which is typically you want to summon a Cobalt Sparrow. But it's also okay if you summon Wagtail, because Wagtail can search Bird Call. So it's so good. It just does so much extension. It gets you through your plays, and if you're summoning Cobalt Sparrow, you're just popping off. You're making a Utopic Draco Future Dragon thingy. I don't know. Anyway. So, these three here are the main core of the deck. And then you have your Nerval. This is in here to kind of help get to Fractal, basically. In Tri-Brigade Bird Up, or Tri-Brigade Lyrilusc, it does way more than that. But for this deck specifically, you want Fractal just because Fractal can discard one of the other Lyriluscs to the grave to summon off of Warbler. So really, Fractal is just in here as extension to Warbler. But it's actually come up before. It's just a big 1900 beater if you're trying to push for game. So it's in here specifically to basically be summoned off of the Sapphire Swallow, attach into another XYZ monster, detach it, add the Fractal for follow-up for your next turn. That is all Nerval is in here for. It's just a little bit of extra extension into the Fractal plays. We're playing Barrel Canary because, again, the Lyrilusc engine is just absurd. This card can target one other Lyrilusc in the grave, special summon it and itself, and then you can only XYZ for the rest of the turn, which for the XYZ Festival, you don't care about. That's perfectly okay for you. So for instance, if you go through your plays and you summon Warbler, you summon Cobalt Sparrow off of Warbler, you grab Sapphire Swallow, and then you do your overlay into Recital Starling, you detach the Cobalt Sparrow, and you add the Wagtail, and then you do the same thing where you would attach into another Recital Starling. You detach the Sapphire Swallow this time to add the Barrel Canary, and then you make your Utopic Draco Future, and then you have a negate, and then you can go ahead and target with Barrel Canary the Sapphire Swallow, which will then attach the Cobalt Sparrow, and then Wagtail is in your graveyard after it already searched your Bird Call, and then you just get to attach it for free. So now you have a 4 material ensemble, so you have a monster negate and 4 special summon bounces in the XYZ Festival, which is really, really, really good. So, I play Wagtail at 2 because it's better in the grave than it is in your hand. It's pretty good in your hand, but it's way better if it's in the grave to target off of either the Warbler or the Barrel Canary. So, I like this ratio of 3-3-3-3-2 for the birds. I think if anything, I would probably cut Nerval down from 3 to 2 because you really don't need it as much, but I haven't seen any consistency problems with the deck itself. And then for the, as I said, the last little bit here for terms of consistency cards is going to be the Fractal. Now, I'm doing a going second build. I wasn't at first, but I've noticed a lot of people are playing Numeron, so I was very much focused on just trying to go second, use the hand traps, break the board, make a big Zeus, and then just continue my grind game from there. So we're playing quite a bit of hand traps in this. We're playing 3 Max C. We're playing the 2 Gamma with the driver, so everyone knows what Max C does when it's discarded. You get to draw cards after every special summon. And then what Gamma does is when a monster effect is activated and you control no monsters, you get to go ahead and activate this effect, summon driver from deck, hand, or graveyard, and then negate the monster and destroy it. So really good if they like try to do Zodiac plays and you draw this card, you can stop the Zodiac plays, summon the Gamma, destroy it, and then you get to go on. And they pretty much have to end their turn at that point, and then you're free to just pop off and make whatever you want. You can make the future at that point, or you can make a Zeus. So really good for just kind of stopping your opponent. We have the 3 Ash Blossom, standard, really good hand trap. It's just stops plays, stops searches, stops summons. Crazy good. Can't say anything more about it. We're playing 3 Kaiju. We're playing 1 Gamma Seal and 2 Godarla. Mostly because there is a way to cheese out Barrier Statue in Xyz Festival, and that would make it kind of hard for some people to out. It doesn't make it hard for my deck necessarily, but if I don't have to deal with it, I don't want to have to. And it's just good for like extending later on. If they have a Zeus and I don't, I can just tribute over it and make the Godarla. I just don't want to use the SR materials to make more Gamma Seals is basically the only issue here. We're playing 1 Regeki, 1 Lightning Storm, 1 Desires. I had this at 3, and then I changed it to 2. I like it at 1. You need it sometimes, but you don't need it all the time. Really, this deck only bricks if you see a bunch of hand traps and not enough of the birds. We have 3 Bird Call. It's the Searcher and a Foolish Burial. So it's your Rhoda, your Reinforcement of the Army, to add 1 Lyrilusc, or Foolish Burial it, and then you can special summon an with a different name. Usually what you're doing is you're searching your starter, or you're searching your extender with Bird Call. So it's just, God, the card is so good. Then we're playing 2 Forbidden Droplet. We're going second, so we have to break boards. Xyz Festival doesn't have any crazy boards, but it's also good if you go first and you set it against Numeron. So pretty useful for that. And then we're playing 1 Impermanence, just standard good card. Hand trap, drop it, negates. For the Xyz lineup, we're playing 2 Recital Starling. It is the detach it, you attach it together, and then you detach 1 material to search a Wing Beast. Really good card. We're playing 2 Ensembled Nightingale. Ensembled Nightingale. Words are hard. This is the one that attacks directly, and it can detach to not be destroyed by card effects, and you take no battle damage, which is really nice. Really good for poking into a Zeus when you really need to kind of equalize the field a little bit. We're playing on 1 Ensemble Blue Robin. It's the bounce. You don't need more than 1 in this kind of format, I don't think. I've only used 1. I've only ever needed 1. I think 1 is pretty good. You could do 2 if you had it, but there's no need to craft it if you don't need it. If you're making Bird Up and you have this deck and you only have the 1, it's fine. As you see, the extra deck is only 13 cards, and that's all I've ever needed was only 13 cards. And then we're playing 2 of the Promenade Thrush. This card's actually pretty good because it gets rid of back row. So if you're playing against Zodiac, they'll set like Torrential Tribute and stuff like that. So you can bait it out by making this, and then you bait it, and then you can have follow-up with like Barrel Canary. I have really enjoyed this card. It just gets rid of the back row threats if you're going against a back row heavy deck with Xyz on top of it. So like Trap Zoo or something like that. It's just really good to go against. Then we're playing Downward to overlay onto materials to make a big Zeus, basically. And then we're playing 2 Utopic Draco Futures with the two regular Utopic Futures to get the monster negate. I love this deck, and if you've already made Bird Up, it's really good to go ahead and try this way. So let's go see a game, shall we? Okay, so this is a game I played just a few minutes ago, so it's still pretty fresh in my memory. We are playing against Pure Zodiac, and we didn't open insanely well, but we opened well enough. So we opened 2 Barrel Canary, 1 Max C, 1 Gamma, and 1 Gamma Seal. So we can basically deal with their board, hopefully get some draws off of the Max C, and then pop off with either Barrel Canary or some of the draws with Maxi. So we go to main phase, they activate Tanky. We're going to go ahead and just prematurely Maxi here. They could have added Fractal, or they could add a Zodiac monster. We didn't know which one they were going to do here. They go ahead and add their Thoroughblade, so that of course means they're on Zodiac. They're going to set one, and they're just going to go ahead and pass. We're going to draw for turn. Fractal. Now, Fractal gets us combo starting. We're going to activate Fractal. We're going to send Cobalt Sparrow. Activate Barrel Canary to summon the Cobalt Sparrow back. Activate Cobalt Sparrow to extend here. They're going to go ahead and Ash Blossom this, which sucks, but then they follow up with the Torrential Tribute to make sure that the board is clear. We're not too torn up about this because we have the Gamma in hand to stop Thoroughblade or Chaka9 or Drident type plays, so we're actually doing okay here. Going to go ahead and pass it back to our opponent. They're going to summon the Thoroughblade, activate the Thoroughblade effect, and we're going to go ahead and Gamma here. No Ash on the Gamma just means that we can go ahead and resolve this. Their card is going to get destroyed. Gamma and Driver are going to summon, and we are free to pop off next turn. They're going to set a Worrisome back row because they've already Torrential Tributed us once. It could happen again. Going to grab the Warbler, which, as I said earlier, is just a crazy good combo starter. We're going to summon Warbler, activate its effect to summon Cobalt Sparrow, activate Cobalt Sparrow. We're going to go ahead and grab a Nerval here. Going to summon the Promenade Thrush. We're going to get rid of that Worrisome back row. Go ahead, shuffle it back, attack for the 500 damage, and then overlay into a 1 activation Zeus. And that's really all that is needed here. It just works out well. A little bit of a misplay, actually, though. He go ahead and activates Tanky. We could have Zeused right here, but I wanted him to commit more to the board. I wanted him to commit his normal summon to the board before we Zeused. So, he go ahead and grabs Thoroughblade. He's going to go ahead and summon the Thoroughblade, activate the Thoroughblade effect. We're going to chain with our Zeus, send everything to the grave. Send, not destroy, by the way. We're going to send everything to the grave. Thoroughblade's going to discard Whiptail. He's going to draw 1 card, and he's going to set 1 and pass. Another Worrisome back row. Just a Torrential Tribute can even it up. But we have Bird Call. Going to go ahead and activate Bird Call here. We're going to grab our Sapphire Swallow. We activate Barrel Canary. We're going to go ahead and summon back this Cobalt Sparrow that has just been putting in some insane work. Activate Cobalt Sparrow. Grab this Wagtail. Go ahead and go into another Promenade Thrush to deal with the pesky back row. And at this point, as soon as he doesn't activate this, we know that we can just kind of pop off. We're going to activate Sapphire Swallow, summon Wagtail. Wagtail effect is going to go ahead and grab that Bird Call. And now we're just going to make a Utopic Draco Future. We're going to go into our nice little Recital Starling, activate effect, detaching Wagtail, grab Warbler for follow-up, just in case. Detach everything, because that's what happens when we make Utopic Draco Future. And that's the game. The deck is so consistent. It's just everything that Tri-Brigade Bird already does, just in bird form without the Link monsters. So it does all of its Xyz plays super, super, super well with the engine itself. And I like the going second build. I think going second is really good in the Xyz Festival because of all the things that can happen to you. Zodiac can set up on going first, but they really don't mind if they go second. Going second, what's their name? Galaxy Photon is crazy scary because they can just like OTK you with some big boys. Numeron can also OTK you by tributing over your stuff with a Kaiju and then smacking into your Kaiju. So I think going second build is really, really useful in a best of 1 Xyz format. But that's going to be it for this video, everybody. Thank you so much for watching the content. If you enjoyed it, please give a like, subscribe to the channel. We'll be doing more Master Duel videos, and hopefully soon we get a card update and we can really play some Invoke Dogmaticus soon. Thanks, everybody. Happy dueling.